Alex Bowman was injured in that high-limit sprint car crash, and I've got some thoughts today on what it could mean for him and the other Hendrick drivers, including Kyle Larson. Let's go. It's Thursday, April 27th. I'm Justin Fiedler. This is Dirt Tracker Daily. As is usually the case when news breaks, Alex Bowman's injury and upcoming absences from the Cup Series were announced yesterday while my show was uploading to YouTube. We did talk about the incident in the high limit race on yesterday's show, and of the two situations, Conor Morell's his ride looked quite a bit worse. His car was way more damaged. And on the Flow Racing broadcast, we did watch Alex Bowman walk away from the incident, but we now know that he has fractured vertebrae and will miss apparently 3 to 4 weeks while it heals. This comes very quickly after the return of Chase Elliott, who sat out several weeks from his Hendrick Motorsports ride after a snowboarding incident. Just like with Elliott, Josh Berry is being called up from the Junior Motorsports Xfinity program to fill in. The reaction to this news has been about what you would expect, with a lot of the NASCAR fans questioning Hendrick allowing these guys to participate in extracurricular activities, and then the very obvious jumps to Kyle Larson's status have been made as well. Will HMS now quickly put a stop to Larson's dirt schedule after what we've seen with Bowman and Elliott? But I don't know that I would expect Hendrick to do a complete 180 here and suddenly bar his Cup drivers from racing elsewhere or participating in other outside activities. We're in a current environment where Joe Gibbs Racing has decided they won't allow Christopher Bell to run sprint car and midget events, and that's certainly their choice. They're paying Bell a lot of money, they've got a lot on the line with him, so it makes sense if that's what they want to do. But with the Hendrick drivers, the boss people and their associated partners have backed their drivers racing elsewhere. By backing them, I don't mean, just allowing them permission. This hasn't been just about granting, some sort of apprehensive permission for them to do this. HendrickCars.com sponsors Larson when he runs sprint cars and midgets. Bowman's sprint car is adorned all over with Ally, who is his main Cup sponsor. These companies see value in these types of races and reaching these fan bases. Hendrick has also quietly offered support in various important ways to the High Limit series. On top of that, this extra racing is great for raising these drivers' profiles. Bowman has gained a whole new level of respect and awareness from dirt racing fans because of his exploits at the Chili Bowl and with the sprint car. That's not nothing here. We're also in a different age of Cup racing. In the past, missing races meant the end of your championship chances. You'd never be able to make up the points differential from sitting out multiple weeks. But now, with the playoffs and NASCAR granting these waivers, that's no longer the case. As long as these guys can win a race when they get back in the seat between now and the playoffs starting, nothing's really changed for their status and competing for the championship. And if you want to bring in the sponsorship stuff and everybody's talking about the multi-million-dollar deals, Hendrick's partners weren't hurting with Chase Elliott out of the seat. There was certainly no lack of attention on Berry when he drove the Napa car, and NASCAR had a whole campaign ready to go, including TV commercials when Elliott returned to action. I doubt Napa missed out on any exposure through those several weeks where Chase was on the sidelines. I think the easy thing here is to say that Hendrick will have some sort of a knee-jerk reaction. They're going to pull the reins back, keep these guys from competing. But I don't think it's really that simple. Is it possible that they could do that? For sure. I'm certainly not guaranteeing it won't happen, and I don't have any inside information here. But I don't know if it's really that cut and dry, regardless of how social media responds. Race car drivers are by nature risk takers, and you can't keep them wrapped in bubble wrap during their downtime. This was always a possibility when the door was open for these guys to do this stuff, and these types of conversations around what to do and how to handle things have already taken place well in advance of these guys getting injured. Drop me a comment, let me know what your thoughts are in this. Also, before we move on, I want to try something in the comments today. I talked yesterday on the show about the high limit announcers and maybe introducing music to the broadcasts. And there are quite a few of you out there who seem to have very strong opinions about music on the broadcast. So if you are for music from the announcers playing during downtime, just comment with the word music, nothing else, just the word music. And if you're against music, just comment the word silence. So we'll see how many we get on both sides of this thing. Looking ahead to the dirt racing weekend, the cancellations just keep on rolling in. As of yesterday, the full USAC week is off. Both nights at Devil's Bowl now canceled as well. So that's all 4 sprint car races this week for USAC. We lost between Texarkana 67, Rocket Raceway Park, and Devil's Bowl. National Sprint Cars are back on May 5th and 6th at Eldora as part of the Let's Race 2 weekend. Also, the first of 3 races coming up for the Spring Nationals is canceled with rain-stopping action at Crossville Speedway. Spring Nationals late models will try again tomorrow at Lake Cumberland and then head to Clarksville on Saturday. And then the big one, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. They had shows planned this weekend for Georgetown on Friday, Hagerstown on Saturday, and Port Royal on Sunday. All 3 of those races are now off. The Port and Hagerstown races are canceled outright, and the Georgetown show has been rescheduled for August 24th. The next Lucas races on the schedule are May 4th through the 6th at Atomic, Ponderosa, and Florence. That Atomic show is that night also with the All-Stars. By the time we get to those races, it will have been almost 3 full months since we last saw Lucas in competition. If you can remember back that far, Hudson O'Neal is the most recent Lucas winner way back on February 10th at East Bay during Speed Weeks. It's been an absolutely brutal stretch for Lucas, and I'm sure series director Rick Schwally really needs a hug right now. So with these 3 shows off, it leaves teams with options for some other regional stuff the next couple of days. There's the aforementioned Spring Nationals races. The newly refreshed Mars Series is headed for Brownstown, Fairbury, and Red Hill. Comp Cam Series is at Old Number 1 and Riverside International, and the MLRA has 2 nights at Lake Ozark. There's also some other scattered, smaller, local, and regional races. If you're a late model fan, it's definitely disappointing to lose these 3 Lucas nights, but the weekend isn't going to be a complete washout. If you do want to watch some racing tonight, might I suggest to you the USMTS Modifieds. They're at Hamilton County Speedway in Iowa this weekend, and tonight is the first of 3 races. This Thursday show is 3,000 to win, leading into 5,000 and 10,000 to win shows on Friday and Saturday. Jake O'Neal is your current USMTS points leader over Tyler Wolf and Terry Phillips. This will be the first trip to Hamilton County since April of 2021. Justin Sorensen and Phillips won those 2 features back then. Also on the card tonight are USRA stock cars, B-mods, and hobby stocks with qualifying set for 6:15. If you aren't nearby, you can watch this one live on Race and Dirt. Speaking of that streaming schedule, there are 4 shows on it for today. Like I said, Race and Dirt has the opening night of the USMTS Modifieds from Hamilton County. There is also IMCA Racing from Kossuth County, and we've got Flow Racing 24/7 and Dirt Vision. Now, to see the full daily streaming schedule with those links to watch, visit dirttracker.com/watch tonight. Hope you guys have a good Thursday out there. We'll be right back here tomorrow for more Dirt Tracker Daily.